that I've been doing videos. So people recently, as of this past some odd weeks, people have been coming out. The audio is out of sync. Here we go again with that. Okay, so people have been coming out and saying that they were used to YouTube telling them that I'm posting videos. And then all of a sudden they said they stopped getting videos. That's what they said. They said they stopped getting videos. In other words, let me explain this slow. There are people who have their notifications set. The only way that they will pay attention to videos that I post is when YouTube alert them. They have said they literally have not gotten anything for years. There are people who said, bro, I didn't even know you were even still doing reaction videos. I've never stopped doing any of my reaction videos at all. I've never stopped doing any content. So I gave them an address. I gave them an email where they can email YouTube and let them know what's going on. So yeah, that's crazy. Anyway, I appreciate y'all all being here. Shout out to some of the folks that are in here. I'm not using StreamYard right now, so I'm not able to highlight some of you guys' comment. Okay? So with that being said, I appreciate KY's Custom Design being in here. Go check her out, subscribe to her channel, and also her husband has an awesome channel, keeping everything copacetic. And his channel is called, her husband's channel is called The Porch Session. That's called The Porch Session with Uncle Tom. Y'all go check that out. All right, folks. So again, appreciate you guys all being here. Don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoy the stuff that I put out here. Hello and shout out to all of you guys that are in here. All right. So first of all, let me just say this. I did not know, well, I knew it, but a lot of people, when I went around to these speaking engagements, because some folks instantly responded to a video that I literally just posted, a 5-minute video showing Trump's platinum plan. And all of a sudden, within 5 minutes of me posting that 5-minute video, I'm getting all kinds of goddamn on emails. I didn't know this. You need to make a live. Can you go live right now? Explain that. Bring it back up and break it down to us. Blah, blah, blah. That video didn't show enough. Well, I'm getting ready to show you, the listening audience, as well as the deniers. And yes, I know I made it in there where I said the $500 billion that Trump was going to put exclusively towards the black folks, Biden took it and gave it to Ukraine. Pretty much. All right, so again, I don't know how long this is going to be, but I'm going to not rush through it, but I talk so fast, it may seem like I'm rushing through it. So let me see if I can bring up that tab again with the explanation of what Trump was getting ready to do for the American Negro, okay? Let's see if we have it right here. Boom. All right, there it is right there, ladies and gentlemen, right there. Let me get over a little bit so I can have it mainly focused on you guys, okay? So give me a second. Let's see. I'm going to move this over a little bit. Take it here. Boom, boom. Here it is right here. As you can see, the platinum plan right here. The President Trump's pillars is what it was called. So we're going to go through this. By achieving historic employment levels for black Americans as well as increasing access to capital for new business, President Trump has been committed to ensuring all black Americans can achieve the American dream. Not some, but all. Security. By signing into law the celebrated First Step Act, President Trump has brought common sense criminal justice reform to American people for the first time in decades, while ensuring that our streets and communities are safe for families and business owners. Prosperity. As the first president to provide long-term funding to historically black colleges and universities, this administration continues to seek immediate and generational advancement for black Americans. That got taken away, by the way, in case y'all didn't know that. Biden took that. Fairness, as demonstrated through his actions and initiative investment into opportunity zones, as well as address health disparities, wage gaps, and necessary education reform, President Trump works every day to advance fair and a just American for the black community. I showed these in the video earlier, ladies and gentlemen, but again, because we had the naysayers who are all, that's not true. I know for a fact that Trump didn't blah, 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 blah. Like I said, we're going to go through it. This was going to happen. If Trump would have had his second term, this is what was going to happen. But what did you do? You denied it. You denied it. You didn't want it, is what happened here. Okay? Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing. A lot of folks didn't even know this. They didn't even know it. They just said, Trump going to take $500 billion and going to strip. You didn't even know that he was exclusively giving this to and is going to have this set up for blacks. Okay. You see what it says right there, right? President Trump's promise to Black America over 4 years, which was going to be his last term. Over 4 years, he was going to increase access to capital in Black communities by almost $500 billion. Increase access to capital in Black communities by almost $500 billion. 3 million new jobs for the Black community, creating 500,000 new Black-owned businesses, increase access to capital in Black communities by almost $500 billion. Safe urban neighborhoods with the highest policing standards, which people think, oh, he was just going to have police in there. No. It was going to be to the betterment and the benefit of Black people who were tired of crime, who were completely done with the gang violence, with the drive-bys, with random little children getting shot accidentally, with being robbed and all that. And look what's going on right now. I bet you a lot of people were hoping and wishing that they had those standards right now, don't you? I know you do. Anyway, safe urban neighborhoods with the highest policing standards is what I just said. Commit to working on a second step act. This was the first step act. There was going to be a second one. Yeah. Access to better education and job training opportunities. Give Black churches the ability to compete for federal resources for their what? Community. This is what people keep on missing out as a wording. He was going to give Black churches the ability to compete for federal resources, not for the church per se, but for the community. In other words, do what they were doing initially. The church is what a lot of Black people relied on for their resources, for their news, for updates, for what's going on, for what's to come, for betterment of the Black community. This is what he was going to do. He was giving that money simply to for the churches to know who would be better served best in those communities. Bring better and tailored health care to address historic disparities. Since, you know what? By this not happening, all it did was gave Black people still the thing to complain over. See, the thing that he was going to go in there and fix and take care of so it won't be any more people trying to say the Black people are, look at the disparity, look at the healthcare Black people. They don't have more Black women get preeclampsia, more Black women are dying at the, even though that's a very rare thing to happen. But man, look, they don't even want to serve us. That was getting ready to be addressed, but you didn't want it because you wanted the guy that's in here right now who took that $500 billion, gave it to Ukraine. Now, did he take the $500 billion from Trump? Y'all get what I'm saying, though. You should have a brain to understand what I'm saying. The billions of dollars that went to Ukraine. I keep on saying, what about America, right? I keep saying, what about Americans? What about the Black community? What about that? Y'all got bamboozled. Y'all got tricked because you easily are manipulated and tricked because they prey off y'all ignorance and they prey off the fact that they sell you fear. They sell you racism and say, we're going to make it better for you Black people, when the actions of this current administration is showing you what they really feel about you. Anyway, what's next up? Advance home ownership opportunities and enhance financial literacy in the Black community. Because let's keep it real, there are a lot of people, and I'm telling you from firsthand, I know I don't go in every Black community, but the hundreds of ones that I've been established in and been talking to and helping out, this would be a huge benefit to Black folks, especially when it comes to financial literacy. Financial literacy is a benefit to any of you who don't know much about finance. We're not talking about you getting a job, making money, and paying bills. We're talking about you actually investing in things that's going to actually accumulate, give you interest that's going to build over time. You know, you end up having mutual funds, you know, things of that sort, to where you're getting something back. You're gaining capital, pretty much. Knowing financial literacy would be a huge benefit. But the fact that he also said advance home ownership opportunities. What's going on with the current inflation right now? A lot of folks can't even get a house right now, not even close. There are people right now, I'm not going to go deep into it, but I had somebody come to me and they told me, hey, I remember you saying, Ty, that when you were part of Homework Hangout, blah, 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 you guys did some things with Habitat for Humanity, where we actually would put homes together. We had people that were concrete pourers, we had carpenters, we had electricians. They would come in and we had to get with them. Shout out to my guy, like a father, Keith Anderson of Homework Hangout. We would end up getting with these people and we would lay foundations. We would pour concrete in basements. We would do all these different things like that he would have us get with these different people of a trade and do. Anyway, the point of having Habitat for Humanity is so people would have a chance at getting on their feet, being able to pay for low housing in order to get themselves on their feet, right? Right? That changed. Completely changed. Now people are like, man, we can't even afford They're saying they can't even afford the dang on Habitat for Humanity homes right now. That's crazy. All right, let me get back to what we were just talking about here. Okay, the next thing is onshoring manufacturing to advance jobs and develop opportunities for Black-owned businesses. It was going to be geared and focused towards Black-owned businesses. Now it gets a little bit discreet right here, which is what I like. Black economic empowerment and access to capital. Jobs, jobs, jobs. Reach even greater levels of historic employment. So it was already historic employment amongst Black people, but it was going to reach even greater levels for growth for the Black community set in 2019 so that anyone looking for a job gets one. Seek infrastructure funding that will lead to widespread growth in the annual $500 billion federal contracting opportunities. Did he say annual? This was about to be, that's why he called it platinum. This was about to be huge for us. Grow minority-owned businesses with additional tax cuts to stimulate hiring and investments. So Black-owned businesses was going to be able to actually grow their businesses. Not only that, they were going to be able to have tax cuts and tax loops that would have benefited Black people. You know those same loops that Donald Trump uses himself? That Hillary thought she had something on Donald Trump? When she said, you're not paying taxes. He's like, that would make me smart. He's like, you do it. We all do it. We all been told by various accountants, whoever, how to jump through certain loops in order to hardly not to pay any taxes. Now, he was about to give that same information to Black-owned businesses for them to do the same thing. Therefore, they can actually hire more people in, to advance the community. Okay. I already read that one. Okay. Examine barriers to employment include fees, occupational licenses, arrest record, inaccuracy, and expungements. Y'all, come on, man. This was about to be absolutely, I'm going to keep saying it. This was about to be platinum. It was about to be platinum. Increase activity and opportunity zones, including benefit for local hires. Like I said, news keep this from y'all. Invest almost $20 billion toward broadband and internet access to create job opportunities, improve classroom connectivity, and the ability to utilize telehealth services. I know. Let me go to something. Let me skip over here to safety and justice. You see where his safety and justice right here? Y'all see that? Where'd it go? Okay, sorry about that. Continue to make historic improvements to the criminal justice system through common sense actions like the First Step Act, including increased use of drug rehabilitation versus drug incarceration. Announce a national clemency program to unite families and invest in human potential, focusing on wrongful prosecution and rehabilitation. Whoo, they didn't want that. Restore safety to Americans' great cities by working with police departments, community leaders, and mental health professionals to install the most responsive, professional, and accountable models of policing, including diversity training and accreditation standards. All these people were going to be involved with what was going to be best for the Black community, which is going to, I can tell you for a fact from coming from Trump's mouth when we had a conversation with him, he was going to try to pretty much do this in a way to where he wanted all that representation to be Black. The police officers were going to be Black. The mental health professionals, whoever were in the area, going to be Black. And if they won, he was going to try to encourage some to even get there in the area to better serve the community, right? He was going to have this all be Black people. He's flat out told us it's going to have to be Black people that's going to fix these Black people issues. So all these things that y'all even hear me reading off right now, he was going to be focused on putting nothing more than a whole lot of Black people there. Because at the current state that they had us at right now, Black people were geared to think that all white people are evil, all white people are racist, they're inherently racist, they got white supremacy, all these crazy things. So he figures since they're not going to listen anyway, I'm going to put a whole bunch of professional Black people in there, which would have been okay because a lot of Black folks don't even know that other Black professionals are even in these different fields of work. They don't. Advance second chance hiring to get rehabilitated citizens with a criminal record back on the job. I know. Prosperous Black communities. Prosperous Black communities. Champion federal policy reforms to advance home ownership initiatives. Partner with local leaders in Black communities to ensure maximum federal support for neighborhood revitalization. Y'all see this? Y'all see what I'm saying? This is what was about to roll out. This was going to be a complete threat to the overall so-called system that folks are pissed off about because this right here would have kept a lot of folks that y'all don't understand from making money off of Black people regarding racism. They make money off of you being in the hood. They make money off of you being in these public schools. They make money off of you not having school choice but being forced to go to the schools they want you to go to. They make money off the free meals you get. They make money all day long off of that. And for him to come and actually pose a danger to these people's pockets being filled off of the disparities of black people, oh, no, we didn't want that. No. See, y'all thought that this is all about Donald Trump just being a butthead, a jerk, don't like the way he talked. This $500 billion plan was a threat to a lot of people on both sides, Republican and Democrats, because a lot of them got their money, a lot of them had their investments in things that actually is hurting the black communities. And y'all don't know that. I know you don't. Too much time to even try to go into detail on these things that I'm talking about, which is why you should understand that Ty Smith is not a Republican, nor am I a Democrat. I just love people and I want the best for people. And I'm not going to sit here and patty cake on either side for either one of them. If it's wrong, it's wrong. But looking at this, and a lot of y'all didn't know this because the mainstream media did not want you to know. Can you imagine if Fox, CNN, MSNBC, I don't care who it is, even your local news up in Chi-Town, WGN, can you imagine if they would have rolled this out and say, this is what Trump want to do? If Trump would have not been so ego-driven, Trump should have just kept on talking about this. He could have just kept saying, look what I'm getting ready to do. I'm getting ready to roll this out. I'm getting ready to roll this out. If he would have just made that his focus, and black folks would be like, wait a minute, he getting ready to do what? Even if y'all didn't like him, y'all would be like, but what he's showing right here is kind of woof. Now, let me get on to something right here. This had everything to do with partnering with black community. He said partnering with local leaders in black communities, which means folks like myself, folks like Keith Anderson of Homework Hangout, he would have been, even if you don't like him. The whole point of doing that was to, if you disagree with Trump or you agree with Trump, it does not matter. He was wanting to partner with you since you already are doing something for the black community. He was going to partner with you to see what resources you would need to make it even better for the job that you're already doing. But you didn't want that. You wanted Biden. Let me move on. Make Juneteenth a national holiday. Now, this something right here, yeah, I'm a little different about that. I don't know about, I would disagree with him on this one. I mean, my God, you got Black History Month, and now you're going to have Black Juneteenth, the national holiday. It kind of is already, but I mean, like Morgan Freeman said, I don't want no Black History Month. Is there a White History Month? Is there a Jew History Month? I don't want one. I don't either. Now look at this one right here, ladies and gentlemen. I want y'all to take a look at this one. Take a look at that one. Am I frozen? Y'all saying I'm frozen? What about now? So I'm frozen. We about to do something here. You guys said I'm frozen? Okay, check this out. Let me do something here. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going on here, folks. You guys can still hear me though, right? That's very interesting. I'm sitting here frozen, right? So hold on. Just bear with me for a little bit. Just bear with me for a little bit. How's that? Is that better? Can you guys still hear me? Yeah. And they probably tried to freeze it. YouTube. What about now? Can you? Okay, and let me look online and see what you guys are saying. Okay, Ray, appreciate that, sis. Thank you for letting me know that. Okay, appreciate that. Let me see. I don't know what that frozen part was about, but let me just keep on rolling. So anyway, thank you guys for your patience on that right there. I got it all fixed. Okay, so check this out. What I have highlighted right here. Prosecute, look what he said. Prosecute the KKK and Antifa as terrorist organizations and make lynching a national hate crime. But I thought Trump, I thought he never denounced, I thought that he, wait, what? Prosecute the, this is what he was about to roll out. Although, to be honest with you, I don't really see any of them folks around really at all. But I mean, some people claim that they still are. Look, I've treated some that used to be KKK. Most KKKs are all like old. Nobody, they're not a threat. I'm just being real, they're not a threat anymore. Antifa, all of them was going to be labeled as a terrorist group, which they rightfully should be. Some BLM should be too. This is what he was doing. Now look here. This is what's funny. Look at this one. This next one right here. Fuel black farmers and access to healthy food to address food disparities. Because y'all know, I'm telling y'all these points that I'm telling y'all right now. These are the very things that people right now who want to pimp the black community are claiming that are happening. So if you claiming that lynching is happening, which I've never even heard of a lynching, I mean, my God, since I've been alive, I can't even remember a lynching at all. It might have been, but I just don't remember it being talked about. But since I've been conscious of lynchings, I never heard of a lynching since I've been born. But since people want to throw it out there, Trump said, okay, if y'all think that there are some KKKs going around, I'm going to make KKKs a terrorist group along with Antifa. And since y'all saying there's lynching around, I'm going to make lynching and any blah, blah, blah. I'm going to make that a hate crime, period. Right? Black folks, we got food disparities. We getting the worst food. Trump says, okay, I'm going to make sure that black farmers going to be able to have all the resources they need to better serve black people with better food and healthier choices. Didn't want that. Didn't want that. Moving on. Favorable trade deals to bring back manufacturing jobs and help black contractors, farmers, inventors, and consumers. Defend religious liberty and African American churches that lift the conscience of our nation. Collaborate with cities and counties to address mental illness and substance abuse. Continue to protect vital role of historically black colleges and universities. Spur innovation ecosystems by connecting minority institutions with the federal government's broad range of scientific and engineering research development. Increase the amount of Pell Grants and allow for vocational employment and second change homecomers. Advance targeted apprenticeship and job training programs. This is what was about to happen. You can go and read this. All you gotta do is look up all you have to do is like what I'm showing you guys right here. All you have to do is look up the platinum plan that Trump had. That's all you have to do. All you have to do is go look this up. Go look up the platinum plan and you can go in there and read it. I went into detail with this on you guys already as it is. And I'm just telling you right now, this is what the media does not want you guys to see. I would hope, and if I'm able to get an audience with him again, I would hope and I would really press him to mainly focus on what he was going to do. Because people didn't understand when he says he's going to make America great again. What do you mean America? What are we talking about, America? See, Trump looked at black people as being Americans. Plain and simple. But since black people don't want to look at themselves as a whole as being Americans, but rather African Americans, that's why he uses, since that's the language that you want to identify and go by, he's going to identify and go by as well. Now, one thing that people was getting tripped up on here, what do you mean black communities? What do you mean black? I mean, what do you want him to do? He said to black America. To black America. Black America, black America, the promise to black America. He didn't even want to use African Americans, but to black Americans because he looked at you for being American. So when Trump says that this $500 plan was going to go to black America, and you are a black person in America and you don't want to identify as an American, you want to identify as African American. The reason why Trump said black America, because Trump looked at you as being an American. When he say make America great again, that is including you black Americans and your white Americans. There also are Asian Americans. Asians that were born here are Americans. Indian people who might have came here, migrated, and generations gone down, they were born here. Though their ethnicity, whatever you want to call them, though their birthright place may be India, those people are Americans. I work with several people who work under me that their family and their descent are Indian, but on their social security cards and on their birth certificate, they are Americans. Americans. Now, when you put down your ethnicity and you put down black or white or African American or other, you put down in, but the point is, those people are labeled as Americans, plain and simple. So folks need to get that out their head. This is the reason why he used the language calling you Black America, because he look at you as being Americans. And when he want to make America great again, that includes you, Negroes. I mean, to be quite honest, I mean, you don't see Trump saying I'm rolling out a $500 billion plan to poor white Americans and blah, 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 because you know they do exist. But no, this was going to be something that was going to richly increase and enhance Black Americans. But again, and I know I'm repeating myself, this would have been a huge detriment to the so-called system. This would have been a huge detriment to people who make millions and millions of dollars off of the disparities of Black people. Like right now, that immigration thing going on right now up in Chicago, millions of dollars going to be made off of that. And then to turn around and want you Negroes to pay for it. Huh? So there is a turn of a tide that is going on right now amongst, from what I'm seeing, the folks that I speak to, the Black community. There is a huge, huge, huge difference that is being seen amongst Black people right now with what's going on, because a lot of Black people are completely tired. They're completely tired. Anyway, folks, I know we had a whole lot of stuff that happened here. I don't know what the heck is going on with this frozen camera of mine, but it don't even matter. I just popped it up there and it's still frozen. Y'all just seen that? It's still frozen. But anyway, I know that the lip syncing and everything may be off, but just try not to look at me, whatever like that. If I was to do this right here, maybe it would be better. If I just talk and you guys can see me, that's a nice little disappearing trick, right? But yeah, so anyway, I know my lips may be off and all that, but I'm doing my best and we're going to keep on continuing to work with this. All in all, this would have been an awesome plan. Mainstream media kept this from you guys. They didn't want nobody to know about it because it would have been a huge, 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 huge milestone for the Black community. Right? Anyway, don't forget, y'all, make sure you hit that like button before y'all get out of here. Double check to make sure that you guys still are subscribed to the channel. Really, really appreciate that. If you would like to join Patreon, go to patreon.com. Let me see if I can find it, because I told you guys some spots have opened up. Now, some of the spots are completely filled, but you will need to go to patreon.com if you want to join Patreon there. And pretty much that's for the people who love the reaction videos. And if you want, there are some tiers that are opened up that allows you to pledge. And whatever song you want me to react to, it got to be songs I never heard before. Whatever song you may want me to react to or something like that, join Patreon. It's patreon.com/Modern Renaissance Man. Again, here, let me do it. There it is right there. Patreon.com/Modern Renaissance Man. If you highlight that and hit your right mouse, it'll take you to Patreon for the ones. That's a way that you can support the channel, because now Patreon allows me to upload videos straight to Patreon. It used to be a time where I can only upload it from YouTube to Patreon, but if YouTube bans it, then there's a good chance that Patreon is not going to let it play because it's technically being played through YouTube. Now Patreon has to where I can upload the video straight to Patreon, and I don't have to worry about YouTube's copyright. I don't have to worry about YouTube banning the video, and I don't have to worry about all this boohoo and people trying to flag it, is what I want y'all to know. So go to patreon.com/Modern Renaissance Man. If you want to support the channel, you just paying $1 a month. But then there's other tiers on Patreon that you can pledge to. Make sure you read those tiers and what it all includes and what it all entails. And just wanted to let y'all know that right there, all right? Appreciate that. Shout out to my moderator, Red, for holding it down in here. Thank you for being in here and being alert and coming in and doing your thing, Red. I really, really appreciate you. Thank you for the text as well, sis. Everybody else, y'all know how I do this. I am Ty Smith, Modern Renaissance Man, hoping and praying that every last one of you guys have food, shelter, and clothing. And most of all, I hope and pray that every last one of you guys are in great health, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. God bless you all through Jesus. What's going on, everybody? So, hey, check this out. I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate you taking time out.